When the train always stops in exactly the same place, the air conditioner always drips in exactly the same place, and a tiny ecosystem is born. Hashtag train Twitter. Yes, and when somebody is born male, they will be male their entire life. Every cell in their body is male, and vice versa. They literally cannot look at anything and not think about how to make it transphobic. Like, I genuinely don't understand how these people live every day of their life and are like, I need to make this about trans people. Like, it must be exhausting. Also, not every cell in your body is male or female. That's not that's not how cells work. You do have some stuff in your body that has carrying things like chromosomes and DNA, you know, but not every cell in your body. That's not how that works. And that also doesn't negate or affect the fact that trans people exist and are valid. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Before we begin, I just quickly wanted to mention that I'm using a different audio interface because my old one kind of started to give out. So if my audio levels are slightly different to normal, that's why. I'm still tweaking it. I'm still trying to hone it in to get the perfect volume. So just be wary of that. And I also wanted to quickly mention that on Thursdays I stream. So go check out my Twitch because I will be live on Thursday at 7 PM GMT. We stream for about 3 hours every week. So go check that out. It's a good time and I'd love to be able to do it more often. Right now, I don't have the time and it doesn't make enough money. But one day. Let's get into the subreddit, shall we? Why are her legs so hairy? Readers added context they thought people might want to know. The reason is because women naturally have leg hair. Yeah, you know when someone like this just dobs themselves in online, they've clearly never come in contact with a woman, never seen a woman in real life, probably doesn't leave their mum's basement, but like legitimately, women grow leg hair. That's normal. Most of them shave it, but they don't have to. That's not a requirement. In fact, I find it kind of weird that that's just the norm. Like, why is shaving any body part just the norm? I find that kind of odd. That's just like humans just decided one day that we should draw razor sharp blades across our skin to remove hair. Why? Who knows? But if you don't, you get hair in those spots. Fun fact, and that includes women having leg hair. Crazy, I know. Younger sister, can I go on a date? Sister, yes, when you're 18. Me, when you find a boy you like. Sister, or a girl. Mum, she's too young to know about that. I don't have anything against gays or bi or trans, but she's too young. If she's too young to understand relationships, we should ban straight relationships for television. I'm not talking about that. No, that's different. It's different when it's straight relationships, obviously. Gay relationships, no. Children are too young. Straight relationships, though, that's fine. Like, what's the difference? What is the actual difference? The difference is straight people. That's the difference. It's normal for straight people because they're straight and therefore they see that as acceptable. But then as soon as it's gay people, which they're not used to, like suddenly it's more perverse and it's more explicit when it's exactly the same thing. God, I would have loved to have her father. I don't know why she's crying about it. Hashtag incest. This isn't gonna go in a good direction already. Literally, my dad said to me my whole life, if you weren't my daughter, you'd be my wife. And it was so icky to me. When he realized I was dating my now husband, he was so angry he picked me up from school foaming from the mouth, almost got us in a car accident on purpose, took me to his friend's house, and when they complimented me, said to them, I know, isn't she so pretty? If she weren't my daughter, I'd bend her over this table and f*** her in front of all of you. And I was so terrified. My husband, who at the time was only my boyfriend of 4 months, and his mum snuck me out the next day and I moved in with them. I was 17. The fact that someone responded to this saying they want this, they want a gross incest, not just incest, but incredibly overbearing, toxic, and abusive father. Take incest out of the equation here, which is a weird thing to say, but assume that this is a normal relationship between two people. Saying these things, doing these things, saying these things to friends, all of this would not be okay in a normal relationship. relationship, okay? Add incest on top of that, and add in the fact that she's underage on top of that. It's already fucked up. And then to have someone say, God, I would have loved to have that father. What the fuck? You need to go to therapy. Women who deny their husband sex because they have a headache disgust me. Coming up with excuses to get out of sex is abhorrent behavior. The Bible commands married couples to not deny one another. Ah, of course you bring the Bible into it. The book that has no import when it comes to relationships. It's the fucking Bible. You don't have to live your relationship by the Bible. But also, headaches are a totally valid reason to not want to have sex. You don't even need a headache to not want to have sex, and your partner has to be okay with that. That's how consent works. If you don't want it, your partner has to be okay with it. That is what consent is. But also, if you have a headache and your partner wants to do something exerting, physically exerting with you, it's going to make your headache worse. Your partner shouldn't want to make your headache worse. There's whole layers to this. That's not even getting into the fact that they brought the fucking Bible into it. What if I don't believe in the Bible? What if I'm not religious? What does your Bible say about that? Your Bible has no bearing on my relationships because I'm not religious. Therefore, if I or my partner doesn't want to have sex, the Bible doesn't matter, as it doesn't matter with billions of relationships on this earth. Just saying. Jeremy Clarkson says he's not homophobic as he likes watching lesbian porn. Look, Jeremy Clarkson, for the last few years, had already been getting lower and lower and lower in my estimations. You know, that dude said some questionable shit. Turns out he's a bit of an asshole. But to say something like this is so fucking gross. To be like, oh, I'm not homophobic because I fetishize gay people. Like, that's the equivalent of some neckbeard saying, I'm not racist because I only want to date Asian women. Like, fetishizing people doesn't make you not racist or homophobic. You can absolutely be homophobic and still watch lesbian porn. And in fact, the vast majority of people that watch trans porn are conservatives. So what does that say about that for you? When you were 5, you told your dad's best friend you were going to marry him when you grow up. And as you grow up, he gets hotter and hotter. And then on your birthday, he pulls you in the laundry room and locks the door. He pulls off his shirt. He's all muscle. He has a new tattoo on his chest of a drawing you gave him when you were 5. This is not okay. The fact that someone has wrote this weird ass gross little fan fiction about this, equally not okay. I hate this. I don't like that at all. So many steps of that. A 5-year-old saying that they want to marry an adult, bit weird. Already bit weird, but 5-year-olds say some weird things. If the adult humors it, that's weird. However, it's clear that the adult humored it by the fact that on their birthday when they were older, he got it fucking tattooed on his chest. Just this whole fan fiction about pedophilia, grooming, incest is fucking gross, and I don't understand why people keep trying to normalize this shit. It's fucking gross. American supermodel, random Asian weather forecaster. There's layers to this one. There's always layers to these. But like, first of all, they used a picture of Zendaya from, I think, the show Euphoria, where she's meant to look exhausted and grumpy, right? But also, there's nothing inherently wrong with how she looks, other than the fact that she looks kind of tired and grumpy. The random Asian forecaster, however, is AI generated. So it's not a random Asian weather forecaster, it's an AI generated image with prompts that a human being put in to get that image. It's not a real person. Just the layers. Again, fetishizing Asian people, putting down Western people because, ooh, icky Western people. Let's glorify conservative Asians, but they're AI generated. And conservative Asians wouldn't want anything to do with some neckbeard American. Just, there's always layers. There's always layers. Nipples and tongues. Get tattoos. I'm guessing there's a bit of context cropped out of this. Probably pierced nipples and tongues. Get tattoos, wax their lady bits, and inject silicone in their tits. But when it's time for a bit of anal, suddenly that hurts too much. I love that when it's time for a bit of anal. So like, what, did an alarm go off? Like, uh-oh, it's anal o'clock. But also, they're comparing needles. What, do you have a needle dick? Is that why this is comparative? That you have a needle dick, so comparing pricks from needles is comparative to a prick from your little needle dick. That's the only way I can equate these things, because they are completely different scenarios. I mean, getting silicone put in their breasts, having breast implants, they're not even conscious for. There's anesthetic in play. Like... Also, having had tattoos, they don't hurt that much. Obviously, everybody has different pain thresholds, but like, I've got a tattoo here, I've got a tattoo here, I've got this tattoo, I've got this tattoo, I've got another one up here, like my fingies. Tattoos don't hurt that much. I have a couple on my legs. Tattoos don't actually hurt that much. Neither do the piercings that I've got. I've got many, many piercings. They don't hurt that much. Anal hurts a lot more. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't and never will like it, and that's fine. That's normal. Comparing the two things and trying to guilt trip people into liking it, not normal. Not fine. Mars mission may be all female to avoid astronauts having sex during 1.5-year journey. Should we tell them? I want to tell them. I understand the joke is porn, but I don't get why. Why anybody would need to go to an explanation subreddit to have the context of this explained to them. But also, the joke isn't porn. It's just that lesbians exist. That's the joke, is that lesbians exist and have sex. The joke isn't porn. It's not. They exist outside of that. But also, the whole article that was published originally, the title was kind of misleading and didn't quite understand the whole concept of why this was a thing. It wasn't just to stop them having sex, because they can and potentially will. It's to stop people getting pregnant, because in 1.5 years, you can get pregnant and have a baby. You could be pregnant with a second baby, and we don't know what the effects of giving birth to a baby from developing before giving birth to a baby in 0G is. We don't know what that'll do to a child, so not a good thing, especially not on a 1.5-year journey where that child can't get home for potentially half a year. Like, yeah, that's what it's about. But just personally, I think it's about porn. I know that much. No, it's not. Only guy who had an invisibility cloak and never went at the girls' locker room, because it's a minor in a story about minors. I mean, I know we shit on J.K. Rowling a lot, and rightfully so, but like, she didn't write about pedophilia. We'll go ahead and say that much. She didn't write about minors peeping on other minors as they got changed in locker rooms. That would be really fucking weird. That would be so weird. The fact that anybody's like, I can't believe this didn't happen. Like, also, in a school about magic, there's probably precautions in place. There's probably magic in place that would stop him from doing this. Like, just the benefit of the doubt there, that there is magic. I mean, there was literally in the books magic, I think, that stopped boys from going to the girls' dorm rooms. So like, I don't want to go in depth and explain magic in Harry Potter, but like, come on. It's weird that someone will be like, I can't believe this didn't happen though. Live your life outside of porn. 2023 kids, when I grow up, I want to be gay. 2007 kids, when I grow up, I want to be Iron Man. Actually, I wanted to be Spider-Man. So first of all, incorrect, sir, but also no child is going, when I grow up, I want to be gay. That's not how sexuality works. Children don't just want to be straight, gay, or bi. It's not even a choice. I, for example, grew up in an incredibly homophobic time in Britain. I grew up in Portsmouth, of all places, South Britain, Portsmouth, in a kind of chavvy area. Lots of homophobia, lots of transphobia. A kid came out as trans in our year, and a lot of people definitely did not respect that he had come out as a trans man. There were a couple of gay people in my year. Lots of disrespect and bullying for those gay people, okay? And now I'm non-binary, pansexual. I did not see that coming when I was in school, and I wouldn't have just gone, I want to be gay. And no kids are doing that. We're just teaching them that, hey, if you are, that's okay and normal, but I want it to be Spider-Man, not Iron Man. And the final post, just the weirdest one, just really fucking weird. Millie Bobby Brown, photographed by AB and DM for Glamour Magazine 2023. I'm like, okay, fine. And the response was, this is like catching your little sister walking the stroll in the red light district, by which I mean incredibly hot. This was probably tweeted by like a 45-year-old man. There's nothing okay about that tweet. There is nothing okay about that tweet. Fetishizing incest and younger sisters in that, and sex workers. Nothing okay with that tweet. There's absolutely nothing okay with that tweet. There's just not. That tweet can't be justified in any way. Simply cannot. And that's where I'm going to end the video. I hope you have enjoyed. As always, if you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on the join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, and in fact it helps more now than it ever has, because I've cut my content, my weekly content, in half, so my ad revenue is effectively going to be cut in half. So having the support from viewers genuinely helps keep that consistent. It helps so much. So thank you to everybody that does support me. All of your names are on screen. To all of the people that do support me, big special thanks to all of you. Genuinely helps so much. So thank you so much. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.